All right, everyone. Thank y'all for coming back. Hey, it's time to talk about this 90-Day Fiance show. You guys, we're back with Dustin, Aaron, and Jonathan from JoJo Speaks. We're about to have this conversation, smiling with Aaron D. I love her new channel name. This is great. We're
Right.
gonna play this intro, but we're gonna be right back. Y'all come on in the room.
Welcome to the Juice Radio Talk Show. 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 Reality TV, church reviews. Let's talk happy love and marriage lifestyle. Come and talk with us. Come and share with us. Come and laugh with us. Come on and pray with us.
Regina and Clovis, special guests. You should be following your lead. Bless. Subscribe on YouTube. Listen on podcasts. We live on IG and Facebook. This episode is sponsored by Truth and Triumph Ministries.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Listen, you guys. I'm so excited to be back with y'all.
And I hope you had a good vacation, Regina. You deserved it. I missed you a lot. I'm so glad you're back.
Thank you, Dustin. We did. We had such a good time. Listen, hubby almost did not want to come back. And I was like, listen.
He had to come back.
You better come on back here. We are not rich yet.
Okay, we gotta make this money, hubby.
Come on, we need to make this money. We need to get these views up, these subscriber counts up before you can do that. All right, how you doing, Dustin?
I'm hanging in there, and I wanna shout out to my whole team last week. We had a special live with Krista. We did it over there on Krista Reality of Krista Marie. I didn't want to miss a week, so we did it over there. And
yes,
last week was a really a rough week for me, so I needed my team lift me up. So I didn't want to miss the week, so we did it over there with Krista, and I do want to thank Krista for that. So we are back here on the regular channel this week.
And listen, and that's what we do over here. You know, no problem. Go and let's share. Krista's part of the team over here, the Juice Radio and Talk Show. Also, we love her. And listen, that's what we're going to do. We're going to share. So I'm so glad you're able to do that. Aaron, how are you doing? Come on now with the ears. Come on now.
Yes.
Hello. Sorry, I'm having some lighting trouble over here, so trying to fix this on and blind everybody.
It's okay. These look like special edition ears that you have on, Aaron. Could you please explain? We need an explanation.
These are the 40th anniversary of Epcot ears. I gotta wear these every once in a while just to keep them pretty.
Yes, I love it.
There's no point in having special ones if you don't bring them out and show them.
Okay. Yes. What'd you buy it for? Huh?
Yeah.
I won't ask you how much you paid for it because we really don't know.
I paid $5.99 because I bought them at the discount store afterwards.
I heard that.
I don't pay full price.
Oh my goodness. I love me. See, I could shop with Aaron because listen, give me a good discount and I will buy what you got in the store. If you won't give me no discount, I'm walking out empty. I'm not going to do that.
The first day I get to Disney, I go to the Disney warehouse and I buy all my souvenirs there. And my new ears there. Because I ain't spending no full price in the park. That's just not for me.
No. Only thing full price I'm paying for in the park is the food, okay?
I don't want to pay full price either.
Them turkey legs is how much now? Because last time my husband was like, he was not paying. I don't know how much it was at the time, but he was like, that was a ridiculous price. Them turkey legs, they're delicious though.
I never do those turkey legs. Not at the fair, not at the amusement park. I never do those turkey legs. I'm sorry. No, thank you. I'm not paying no $30 for no turkey leg. And it's probably gonna be dry too. Heck no.
I love me a good turkey leg. I love it.
And I'm also gonna give a shout out to Jonathan. Jonathan, you was really there for me last week. I do appreciate it very much. And I love your shirt very much.
Thank you so much, Justin. And anytime, I'm always here for you. Yeah, I told Regina in the last video, Jennifer told me she likes my button ups on camera. So I wanted to switch it up a little bit today.
I know he's Jonathan's handsome anyway. Listen, the clothes don't make him. He makes the clothes look good.
Okay.
Thank you, Bianca. Thank you so much. And thank you, Aaron, for putting all the beautiful information in the chat here. Remember, our co-panels, they also have channels of their own. Make sure that y'all subscribe today. Aaron was so nice to put all of that in the comment section here to make it easy for y'all to click on and subscribe. Dustin, let's get into this conversation. 90-Day Fiance. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Aaron.
Can everybody just go over and shout out AT2 and say hi to him and just give him a prescribe? Because he's a great guy and people have been shading on him and he's so wonderful. I just want to give an extra shout out and extra love to AT2.
Oh, who
Yes,
messing with my
AT2.
82? Wait a minute now. Wait a minute. I got some gloves around here somewhere. Who messing with my boy? What? No. We don't do that. Yes, we all listen. We love on us some AT2.
Right.
We absolutely would go over there and support our guy. And I've been missing everybody's uploads and stuff like that. I did catch Naughty Love this morning, which I was very happy to do. But I will be I'll be back on it. I'll have all my devices open, 2 phones and a tablet, and we're gonna be everybody's Thank you so much. You guys, let's talk about 90 Day Fiance. Dustin, tell us about your new show that's on.
Yes, we have a new show. It's called 90 Day Happily Ever After. And Jonathan knows I love Copley and Emily, and that's where I'm going to start this episode. Copley and Emily is my favorite couple so far out of the whole season. I just worry about her being in another. They're visiting his family, and I worry about her being in another country because I don't think his whole family is going to support the marriage. But we're gonna wait and see because this is gonna be a crazy season so far. This is episode 2, and I feel like that there's gonna be a lot of heated conversations on the panel this week about Kobe and Emily. I don't think it's gonna. Sometimes I don't think the family is gonna agree with the marriage. I think that they're gonna want Kobe to get somebody else. Because I don't think that I don't think they're gonna fully agree with it. With him being married to Emily.
Well, we've got some of the people, like you said, from the previous 90 Day Fiancés, and now they're back.
We got Jasmine and Gino. We got Ashley and Manuel. Yeah, we also got Angela and Michael. I wish they wouldn't have brought them back.
And we've got what's her name? The couple from the guys from Israel.
Rob and Sophia. We got Rob and Sophia.
No, the guy that's from Israel.
You mean Egypt?
Alexi and Lauren.
Yes, Alexi and Lauren. Yes. They are back as well. So it's going to be really good.
And we also got Nicole and Mahmoud.
Yes. Now, for those of you who are not familiar, here's a little clip from we got this from OMF Reality. OMFG. OMFG Reality. Come on, Regina, not Gree Reality.
You'll get back in the swing of things, Regina.
That's it. So here is the 90 Day Fiance trailer. Let's go ahead and run this. All right?
Papi.
Wow, I loved it. I moved to the United States to marry Emily. Marriage life so far, it's okay. Like, it's not always sweet.
It's okay. Yes, we have our ups and downs, but also we work through them and we're stronger than ever. Ari's first birthday party, we did it.
Our last first birthday.
We managed not to kill each other over the 90 days. And now I'm mother of his 3 kids.
We don't want any more kids at this point.
I love your fit so much.
Oh, yeah. Suck that toe.
Our relationship was very chaotic, but now just death can separate us.
Oh my goodness, these people.
What did they fuck the toe for?
Oh my goodness. You guys can watch the full review of this. I'm going to go ahead and drop the link in the comment section here. You guys, there are some of the famous couples that are back again. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this, about these couples that are back. Listen, they're back. I'm kind of glad that Gino and Jasmine are back. I'm turning the volume off because I know sometimes we get hit with the strikes and stuff like that. This couple here, this young girl here, her name again, Dustin?
Her name is Nicole.
And Mahmoud.
Yeah.
I think they had some legalities that they went through. She's no longer with him, from my understanding. Is that correct?
She's no longer with him, no.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Wow.
Yeah. There was
That's
some
surprising.
He got arrested for
SA.
DA. Yeah,
DA.
yeah,
Mm-hmm. DA.
DA.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Against her. Was it against her?
Yes.
Allegedly? Yeah.
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 Wow.
And that's another thing that I want to say when people go on these meet people and they, from different countries, you have to learn what the culture is about. It's not
Mm-hmm.
just about a cute face and a smile.
No, you
Different
have to learn the
cultures.
whole culture. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
And he was very aggressive to her when I was watching when they were on the 90 day. I did not like the way he treated her.
He
I
was
did not
very
like it at
aggressively
all.
to her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was a lot that was happening with that. But the couples are back and we're gonna see what they're gonna bring, what they're gonna give to us. So
And we
let's go ahead
also
and,
forgot about Big Ed and Liz. They're back on
oh
this.
Lord, those two.
Yeah, they're back. They're back on this season as well.
Why do they keep coming back? Why do those two keep coming back?
Well, I think
Can,
it's for
can,
the money, Regina. I
can I
think it's
say
for the
something really
money.
quickly, Regina?
Yeah.
This was my first introduction to Ed. And in the previews,
Really?
I was, yes, because I haven't seen any of the 90 Day Fiancés before this past season. So this is my first time seeing Ed. I think I've seen him like in passing, but I've never seen a full episode of him. When I tell you I love his personality is golden to me. Like I don't necessarily know why his woman, what's her name, Dustin?
His name is Liz.
I don't know why Liz is with him. I don't understand that at all. I know she's been divorced twice. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what she's getting out of Ed, but Ed has a beautiful personality. I love his personality. Like
Well,
I love to hang around him, maybe.
I will say this, Jonathan. We can tell you have not been watching Ed like we have. We could tell because
Ed is
Ed,
Ed is Jonathan is Ed is a. I wouldn't want to hang around him,
Oh,
and that's going a
yeah,
little bit that's going a little bit too far for me because I don't want. No, he's a little bit too crazy for me.
okay. Yeah, I saw Aaron doing the down, the thumbs down. So yeah, I
yeah,
see. Maybe that thought will change.
yeah. Ed is something
You'll
else.
have to wait to see what the rest of the season brings, but he's gonna get
Keep
crazy. Let
watching.
me tell you that right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
keep watching, Jonathan. You'll see. Now he has a funny personality until he begins to be who he
Crazy.
really is. Yeah, crazy. And why is she still with him? I think the reason why she got with Ed was for publicity and fame. I don't know if she really
Mhm.
did really love him.
I don't
Yeah.
That's
think
just my opinion.
I don't think allegedly they're not together anymore, but I'm not gonna say that. But
But
I'm just
they
gonna
break
say
up and get
allegedly.
back together, break up and get back together. I think every time a show calls and they pretend to be back together again. That's my thought.
Yeah,
Um, she was a big rift between Ed and his mother. Now I do say this: I love how Ed loved his mother.
I do
I,
too.
I will say that. I loved
Yeah,
how he really was loved his mother. And it was sad to hear that Liz was the reason why him and Ed, his mother and Ed got into this rift and stopped talking.
and
That really
and I'm gonna say
Mhm.
something to that real quick, Regina.
Go ahead. Yeah.
I want to say that that is um, a terrible thing to happen because that's your family members, and you should not let not let your fiance or her his uh yeah, I guess it's still fiance because they're not married
Mhm.
in this season yet so far, and that's just terrible in my opinion to let your
Yeah.
fiance run your life. He is a grown up man. He should have his decision if he wants to make. If he wants to talk to his mother, and if he wants to have
Mhm.
a relationship with his family, he should have a relationship with his family. Just like
I-
I consider this family my family. I consider
mhm.
the Juice Radio Talk Show. Nobody ain't gonna change my situation. My situation is where I want it. Just like if
Yeah.
anything happens to this,
I love it.
I'm gonna be here fighting for you guys and everything. So
That's right.
that doesn't that shouldn't change anything. I'm 22 years old. I can make my own decisions, and so can he.
Right.
Mhm.
And
But
I'm assuming.
sometimes love sometimes you get love blinded, and yeah, that's just sad for Liz to make him choose over her than choose over his own mother.
Yeah.
Agreed. I just have a quick question. Where's Liz from? Because I'm assuming she's the one who's not American out of the couple.
She met him. They met in the States. She was in the States.
Okay, so why are they on 90 Day Fiance?
He was dating somebody else.
He was dating somebody named Rose.
Right, and
he was
it
dating
did not
somebody
go,
else,
and
and she was out of the country.
Right.
Well,
okay.
They broke up. They broke up, and then when Liz and him got together, they stayed on the show ever since.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Him and Liz,
Okay.
they met in I believe he's in California. Is he in California?
They moved to their
Arkansas, I
hometown.
think.
They moved to Arkansas now.
Yeah, but originally they met, I believe, in California at a restaurant. She worked at a restaurant, and he would frequent the restaurant, and that's
she
how
was the
they met.
manager.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. But Ed is something else.
He's
Is
something else, Jonathan. You'll just have to wait and see it.
You're gonna see.
You're gonna have to wait and see, and you're gonna change your mind very quickly. I could tell you that much.
Okay. Can I speak on Kobe and Emily really quickly?
Go ahead.
Yes.
I will have to go back on what I said last week. I was very, very reserved. I have my reservations about Emily. Emily gave me some controlling vibes that I really wasn't vibing with. I really didn't, like what I was seeing initially. However, in this episode, I didn't see so much of that. I saw a little bit more of Kobe, and I appreciate the fact that Emily felt some type of way about putting on the Cameroon garb, for putting on the traditional African dress.
Well, I think it made her feel quite a bit uncomfortable. Sorry to interrupt you.
Right, exactly. That's okay, Dustin. But yes, I understand that, and it was so interesting to see from a white person's point of view, putting on these traditional African garb to meet his family. Now, I understand that he wanted them to wear the clothes so that they would be able to, be more accepted by his family or whatever the case might be. But I remember at my church, at the church that I go to, there used to be this white family that used to go to our church. Our church is predominantly Black, but there used to be this white family that used to come to our church. And we had this day where we were all dressed up in traditional African wear. And I was wondering if they were going to wear African garb as well. And I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about that. Turns out the wife wore a beautiful looking African traditional skirt, and it looked beautiful on her. And that's something that I always wonder is, I don't want to see that as cultural appropriation as long as it's respectful. So I understand where Emily was coming from with that, because I feel as though if I was a white person, I probably wouldn't want to dress in that type of garb. I probably wouldn't want to do that because I would feel like I was doing cultural appropriation. So I'm so glad that she made that point. Because that's something that we really don't hear about too much in general. So I'm so glad that they were able to say that. But I will say though, her parents looked so cute in that African garb. Like her father, when he was wearing that hat and he had on, Kobe put on that necklace on him, her father looked good. You know what I'm saying? The kids are adorable.
Beautiful.
Like, their kids are adorable. Oh my gosh. I think they might be my favorite couple. They might be my favorite couple. But I'm so glad that Emily brought that up, because that's something that I'm very interested in trying to understand how they feel about wearing our traditional clothing. So, I don't know still how I feel about that. I don't mind it. It doesn't offend me. It's just different for me. That's the best way I can put it.
Yeah, thank you, Jonathan.
Michelle said this. She said, "What did he say? Ed have a beautiful personality?" Question mark. Let me come down to Aaron. Aaron, what's your thoughts on this show, 90 Day Fiance?
Now I watched the original 90 Days, but I don't watch all the spin-offs. So with Ed, I only know him from Rose. And so it was interesting to see him with somebody else. For me, from my perspective, I was like, whoa, there's Ed with not that greasy black hair that I'd seen him the last time with.
Yeah, he cut off that ponytail that he used to put mayonnaise in it.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Ponytail. That's Ed. Okay, yeah. I remember seeing him.
Yeah, I didn't recognize Ed at first. So I was like, oh, that's Ed. I mean, after like 30 seconds, but I was like, ooh. And he's got a girl. I'm nervous about this. And I'm still nervous about it. I didn't end the episode any better than I started.
Oh my goodness, that is
With
funny.
Emily and Kobe, I love them, and I don't always think Emily's right, but I think she's always honest about it and honest about how she's feeling. So I think it will be very interesting this trip. I think we are going to learn how Emily feels because she is so blunt in her interview things, not always like thankfully, in an inappropriate way, but sometimes we all fall into that trap. She does do that sometimes. So I think we will get to see Emily and how different that is. Because I was interested if she was going to put on the robes and stuff. And I love that her parents were embracing it too. Because he was like, this is how you're respectful. When Kobe explained in the car, this is how you show respect to my family. I felt like that changed the dad's like perspective too. He sat up. He's like, oh, okay. Disrespect your family. I'm in. I'm all. And they went all in.
All in. Yes, they did.
And I love that about Emily's family. They don't have nothing. I don't swear. So
I picked that up.
So I love that about.
I love Aaron. Aaron is amazing.
I just go silent. That's how it works.
Not a problem.
But
yes,
I love them. And for Nicole, and I don't want to mispronounce his name.
Nicole and what's his name?
I think it's Mahmoud.
Mahmoud, yeah,
Mahmoud. I don't like them. I don't like either one of them. Actually,
I don't like them either.
To be fair.
I don't like them either. Mm-mm.
I don't like how Liz is not being respectful when he shows up because she knew how he would feel in that outfit, and he's coming to your country. You know he's going to see stuff he doesn't like. I would have dressed somewhat more modest for the first time showing up for the airport. I would have made him feel as comfortable as he can, and then you go into making him realize the culture here. But I wouldn't have like smacked him with it. I would have let him be. I would have been respectful because he's coming all this way. He's changing his life, and you said you did this for him, so you know what he's doing. I would have been like that. I would have been like, "Hey, I went through this and I couldn't do it, so I know what he's giving up."
Well, I'm just gonna say this real quick, and they're not. I have a feeling that they're not going. They're not together now, and I don't think that this show here is going to get more crazier because he's not happy with her because he wants to be with somebody that's more different.
Traditional, you mean?
You think? Who are we talking about? Mahmoud?
Yeah, Mahmoud. I'm sorry, more traditional, but she's not traditional, and he wants somebody to be traditional like him.
I just don't understand, and maybe somebody could explain it to me, why he's attracted to her, because it doesn't seem like anything that she is anything that he wants.
He's attracted to her because she's American.
But he didn't want to come here because he made her move there. We learned first.
Oh, I thought he wanted some opportunity. There's something's got to be in it.
They were on 90 Days the other way first. I read in their bio they were on the first show, and then she was so unhappy there. She moved back. They were going to get divorced, but instead he decided to come here.
See, here's the thing. When Mahmoud, on this most recent episode, on this most recent episode, when Mahmoud came to America, his face was like he did not want to be there. It's like he did not have any interest in Nicole. He had no interest in being in her presence. He did not want to be that. That was the vibe that I was getting from him. And when you have been apart from your partner for such a long time, when you have not seen your partner, touched your partner, kissed your partner, he didn't even want to kiss her. Now, I understand that in some traditions, you don't want to show affection in public. I get that. I do. However, it seems like you're not interested in her. And that brings me back to my point that I made last week. He gives me a little bit of one of the girls, a little bit, just a little bit. Ooh. Like a hint of that. He gave that to me in his first confessional, because when I first saw his picture, I was like, okay, he looks like a regular guy. But when I heard him in his confessionals, and when I saw him his movements and stuff like that, I was like, oh,
Ooh, so he might be hiding something?
That's what I'm thinking. It might possibly be. And of course, that's allegedly. I don't know the man from a campaign, but that's just the kind of vibe that I got from him. So for him not to be interested in seeing Nicole, that further makes me feel like that might be the case. I'm not saying that it's for sure the case. I'm just thinking that it might be the case because he doesn't seem interested in her at all. I've seen Anna Lee show more interest in Clayton than Mahmoud has shown to Nicole. He shows no interest in her whatsoever.
I do agree with Jonathan on this one. I think he is hiding something. I'm not saying he is, but I think that he is hiding something, and I think we're going to find out later this season, or even at the tell-all.
Wow. Michelle said he changed his mind and saw the opportunity to come here. It's called now a green card.
Right.
Well,
I think it's here for the green card and the money.
Well, Aaron, you said Mahmoud doesn't seem to like Nicole. I am just confused. Yeah.
He doesn't.
Yeah. So she's saying, Michelle said Mahmoud came here with a mission. Agreed, Jonathan, with a mission. I don't know what's going on with these two, but I'm glad they're not together anymore because any type of not nice treatment, we'll say, should not be tolerated by any. You should not put your hands on anyone in a physical or violent way. And so I don't think she needs to be together with him. She's such a beautiful girl. My husband absolutely adores her. Every time we would watch, he see her and he was like, this girl looks like she should be in a Vogue magazine.
Right. Like she does not look her age at all.
He loved her haircut, her fashion, the way he's like, she needs to be in a Vogue magazine somewhere. So I don't know if she sees the qualities in herself that the viewers see of her and why she's lowering her standard to this guy.
I don't think she does see it, Regina. I think that she's so tight. She's so trying to be with him. She's trying to be with him, and I just think that he's trying to change her so much that she don't see herself in this marriage or whatever we could say here. But she don't see herself because sometimes, like I said before, it does some things when you get married. You do see don't see your side because some people want to try to change you a lot.
Yeah, and I'm thinking Nicole sees herself as the other. She doesn't see herself as like the blonde bombshell or the beautiful brunette. She's just different. She's just her. She just has a different vibe. She's special. And that's what I like about her. I love, like you said, Regina, I love her style. Her style is on point. I don't know why you would want to cover all of that up, but it is what it is. And I'm so happy that she did not convert any type of religion for this man, because that would have been a big mistake, especially seeing where they are now. So I just hope the best for Nicole, and I hope that she finds someone who's actually attracted to her and interested in her. That was a little bit of a read, but it is what it is. Like she needs to find someone who wants her.
Sure.
Well, Michelle said when that charge came out about Mahmoud, I knew exactly what happened. Nicole can be a fashion model. And yes, she's saying Nicole can be a fashion model. She also said, yes, she is gorgeous. I don't like that at all. And it may be hard for her to find someone to truly love her. And accept her for whatever it is. I don't know why. The pretty girls always seem to have such a hard time. I don't
live in California. She should be able to find somebody.
I'm telling you. Well, next we have up Alexi and Lauren. They're back. Now these are, they like the seniors of the group. They've been around for
been around for a long time.
Yes, a long time. Yeah. These are the OGs of 90 Day Fiance. Alexi is originally from Israel, and Lexi is from Florida. Lexi is from Florida, and they have these 3 beautiful babies now. She just kept popping them out. Boop, boop, boop. I believe they're still residing in Florida. I do love Alexi. I love Lauren. I love this couple. She has shared so much on her Instagram page about her birth and her autism and all kinds of stuff. She is such an advocate for making change with so much stuff. She's a really great person. I think she can be a little bit annoying sometimes.
Was she on this episode, or is she going to be on next week's episode? I don't remember.
She's part of the cast, so I think they're going to be bringing her on. She is part of the cast for this season.
Okay. I didn't.
Mhm.
I just didn't. I knew that they were on the season, but I didn't
Yeah.
see them in this episode.
Yes, she's gonna be one of those that's coming on here. And then we have let me go back up here and see. We spoke about Gino and Jasmine. Gino and Jasmine are there. Let me
Well, we
Got
didn't really
Robin
get into
Sophia.
Gino and Jasmine like that. Can I speak on Gino and Jasmine real quick?
sure. Yes, here's the beautiful couple. Go ahead.
I will say, as you could probably tell by my face when I first saw the clip of Jasmine putting her mouth on Gino's feet, that was
Oh,
That was
disgusting.
nasty.
We actually saw that
That was
at the top
nasty.
of
I
this
didn't.
particular episode, her sucking his toes like that.
yeah.
And his reaction to it, he just gives me creep vibes. Like, again, like I said last week, all he's missing is the white van. Like, this man is not safe. Like, were you on To Catch a Predator, like, sir? Like, sir, I'm getting this, but it is what it is. But I'm glad that she told Gino that she has problems conceiving. I'm glad she didn't take too much time to keep that away from him. The fact that Gino did not put Jasmine's kids on her paperwork so that it will make it easier for them to come over to this country. So they found out from this lawyer on this most recent episode that the soonest that her kids can probably come, if they do the
2
paperwork,
years.
is 2 years. And now Jasmine is all in an uproar. And plus, Gino doesn't want to pay for the lawyer to get her kids over here. He's like, I don't have
He don't want to pay
$5,000
the
effing dollars
$5,000.
to do this. And Gino was really showing himself. And I'm thinking, like, Jasmine, you should know that Gino's not working right now. So you should have a little bit of an insight to you guys' financial standing. So I wish that Jasmine was more aware of what's going on so she doesn't seem shocked when Gino says the things that he says. Because it didn't surprise me that Gino doesn't want to pay for a lawyer. That don't surprise me at all. That's Gino. That's what he do. He disappoints you.
Gino's retirement money is quickly running out. And so I don't know if Jasmine really realizes this, but I do understand her wanting to get her kids over here.
Gino didn't retire, Regina. He took a leave of absence.
Well, leave of absence does not mean he's not getting a paycheck.
But Jasmine did have her calendar out on this episode and says, I'm ovulating on this day, and this day. So we need to do it on this day, and this day. So Jasmine is very serious about getting pregnant by Gino, extremely serious about it. Or at least that's what she's showing on the show.
Well, if she does get pregnant, that's another check in case, Gino tries to leave her, so.
But what is she really going to get from Gino, Regina? What is she really going to get from Gino? Is she gonna get anything from Gino?
Let me come down to Aaron because she's a nice one. Let me come down to Aaron after I read this comment. Michelle said, I am tired of Gino and Jasmine, and her sucking his toes is too much, and they are running out of storylines, in my opinion.
They are.
Yeah, she also said, does this mean we have to see them for another 2 years on the show? I just can't. Aaron, what's your thoughts? Oh, you're on mute, Aaron.
I love them, but that was gross with the Jasmine. We don't need to see all that. I don't need to see all that. I will say I was disappointed in Gino. I know that he's cheap, but he didn't, and he is such an ego that he was so proud that he filled out the paperwork to get her here, and it turns out he filled it out wrong. He filled it out wrong. He didn't put the kids on the paperwork. Now it's going to take 2 years. For the only thing the whole time she pushed was, I want to bring my kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm mad at Gino for that. I think that is going to change whether she wants to have a baby with him, because that was before. I think thinking that she doesn't have her kids here, the kids won't get to meet the new baby. I think that's going to change her timeline.
Do you think that Gino filled out that paperwork in error on purpose?
I think he didn't know to do it. I don't think he knew how to do it, and he has too much of an ego to ask. I don't know that it was done intentionally to be mean. I think his ego got in the way of actually doing it right.
Right. Yeah. I don't think Gino has a mean-spirited bone in his body. I just think he just doesn't know better, which is the unfortunate thing, which makes me question why Jasmine is with him to begin with. But that's Jasmine for you.
We know why Jasmine is with Gino. Let's stop acting like we all don't know why Jasmine is with Gino. She finally found an American guy that can give her money when she wants, that puts up with her personality and her mood swings and all that, and that's why she's with Gino.
I disagree, Regina.
Allegedly, I'm gonna say allegedly.
I disagree.
I don't agree. I mean, I agree with Regina on that one. I have to.
I don't.
What's your thoughts, Aaron? You think she really loves Gino? Well, I think she
Yeah,
may
I
have
think she
fallen in
does.
love
I
with him
think
now, but from the start, do you think she was really I'm gonna get this hot guy? Really?
Yeah, I think she was. I think she is
Wow.
genuinely looking for someone. I think she was honest. I think she's always been jealous in her past relationships because she went for the really hot guy that cheats on her. So she went for a guy who wasn't as attractive because she wanted to feel confident in her relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Gino made her feel confident in the relationship that he wasn't going to cheat on her. I think she does have that jealousy. I think she knows she's a jealous person, so she was
She
looking for
does.
somebody that it wouldn't be as attracted to. And I think she genuinely loves him. I think she is a person that feels with her whole heart. I think has the biggest heart in the world, and I think she just looks past some things because of that heart. It gets her in trouble. And that's what I think it has right now.
I would love to see what Jasmine's baby daddy looks like. I would love to see.
I like to see that part.
I saw it online. He's hot. Like
See?
10 out of
he
10.
is.
See, that's the difference.
He's like a 10 out of 10. But
Like
you know,
there's no way
faithful
Jasmine.
to her.
There's no way Jasmine doesn't have good taste. Like for Jasmine to be the woman that she is, you know she got some good taste. So she does things intentionally. So that's why I don't know if I'm on Regina's side or Aaron's side with this, because it's like Jasmine sacrificed looks for stability, probably, maybe. Possibly. I don't see any other reason why she would want to be with Gino. Do I think it was? But again, like with what Aaron said, it sort of kind of coincides with what Regina said in a little bit of a way. But I don't know. But Jasmine is sticking it out, so
I think what happened is I think Jasmine and Gino, they met, and I think maybe she was looking at this allegedly from an opportunist place, and then maybe during her journey with Gino, she did fall in love with him.
Yeah.
I think it may have started out as from an opportunist. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. I do like these two together. I like how they have matured with each other. Some of the stuff is, like Jonathan said, creepy vibes from both sides.
Yeah, it's definitely creepy.
Yeah, but I do like them together. But I think Jasmine is still looking for opportunist ways from Gino.
I do agree.
What creepy vibes does Jasmine give you, Regina?
Them toe sucking, that's nasty as all outdoors.
Oh yeah, that is creepy. Okay. Yeah.
I think that shows she's really in love because it's just gross.
It does. It definitely does, for sure.
Girl, she earning all kinds of wifey points for that mess. Because let me tell you, if my husband came in here right now and said that for me, child, them 20 years to be out the door. Bye.
Oh
no, I'm not. No, I'm not doing that. No. And then go see my dentist. I'm not doing that. So Michelle said exactly, Regina, and Gino know that she don't really love him. Ooh, and Michelle said, Jonathan, it's called a gold digger. That's what Jasmine is.
She's a gold digger. I agree with that. She wants the money.
Oh my goodness!
The money,
and she's getting the pukey faces on the toes sucking. No,
Michelle, I don't know if I agree that Jasmine's a gold digger, because if Jasmine was a gold digger, she would be gold digging, and Gino is no one's gold. Okay.
Well, it's like Dr. Heavenly said, she did it for copper.
Exactly. If you want to call her a copper digger, well, mission accomplished. Okay.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'm glad that these two are still together, and hopefully they will continue. Now, there's Big Ed and Liz. Go ahead, Dustin.
I hope that Big Ed and Liz work out. I really do, but I really see. I see through these couples, and what I mean when I say through, when I see through, I just see that she ain't gonna be happy in the long run. I feel like there's a kid involved. She has a daughter, and I hope for her sake that it works out. But I just don't feel like it's gonna work out because
I think her spouse, her ex-spouse has custody of the kids, right? Liz doesn't have custody of the kids, right?
Do I?
Liz does not have custody of her kids, right? Or she
No.
shares custody? Okay.
No.
Yeah, that's gotta be hard.
She does not have custody of her kids,
Wow.
But I just feel I feel bad for the family part, and I feel bad for Liz because there's been so many ups and downs that I have seen on this show before,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I just feel so terrible for her because he can flip a lid he can flip out at any time,
Anytime. Anytime.
and it's emotional, and I see her cry and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
it she shouldn't have to go through that. I feel bad
But
for
she
her.
keeps coming back. Liz is a beautiful girl too, but she keeps coming back to the tumultuous relationship.
Well, that's on
Why,
her,
Liz?
Regina, but
Mhm.
I feel bad for that. I feel bad for
Yeah.
yeah, I
And
really do.
it does not give Ed the right to continue to treat her that way. And that's because Ed is dealing with some internal issues himself as to why he deflects and treats, Liz that way. But she's also dealing with some internal things as to why she keeps putting up with it and tolerating it. And so both of
Yes,
them
she does.
have insecurities that they have to work on. And he doesn't, she, which he's not even Ed. Last I heard, wasn't even talking to his best friend
No,
that they used to talk.
he's not talking to his last I heard, he's not talking
Yeah,
to his mother. He's not talking to his best
the
friend.
best
Them,
friend, all because
them,
this situation with him and
all
Liz.
because of Liz.
Right.
And I, and
Mich-
like I said when I began this right live broadcast, it's a very sad situation to put your family on the back burner for your fiance.
It
Agreed.
is. It is. Now, Michelle said, as far as Jasmine, she was looking at his bank accounts, LOL. And she also said, I almost can't even look at Big Egg and Liz. The only reason I watched their scene was because of the child being there. Wow.
Wow. I mean, their
Um,
scenes weren't that bad.
Lady Virgo said, Regina, what about when the Wi-Fi stops working? What then? Oh, when I'm on the cruise, or is that what you're talking about? Because I'm gonna pay for that Wi-Fi if that's what you're talking about.
Okay.
Um, Michelle said Ed is crazy, and so is Liz keep coming back to that idiote. Oh my goodness.
Ooh.
Michelle said he can't blame everything on Liz. He needs to take a look in the mirror. Seriously, he does. He does. Michelle said, Jonathan, you don't know Ed. LOL.
I clearly don't. I clearly don't. But I will say though, like my first impression were impressions were good impressions on both Ed and Liz. I did
Mhm.
like their kind of vibe. They did seem to have good camaraderie. Again, I don't necessarily see love between them. I see more, maybe not even friends. They don't even see like friends. They just seem like cohabitants. They just
Yeah.
cohabiting together. I mean, I don't
Well,
see a relationship between the two. And the fact that she has her daughter involved in this.
well, this is the first
Um,
time because I have not seen Liz's daughter actually on all the shows that I've seen her and Ed on.
This
right,
is the first time I have seen the daughter. This is
Yeah.
the first time I have seen the daughter on all the seasons. She hasn't
Yeah.
been here before, and this is the first time I have ever seen the daughter.
Mm,
right, and that surprised me quite a bit. And
mhm,
I don't want to say anything bad towards Liz because I definitely don't know what her situation is. But when a mother does not have custody of her children, it says a lot. There's
mhm.
a whole lot behind that because it's typically the other way around. So that brings up some question marks and a couple of red flags for Liz. I don't know what her intentions are. All I know is that they don't seem to be good. Because
Hmm.
again, I don't get why she's with Ed, but I have a feeling I
I don't,
know why
I don't.
she's with Ed. She's with Ed to be on TV. She's with Ed to get clout. She's with
Mhm.
Ed to be a TV personality. She's with Ed to be a star, not to be with Ed.
He,
Yeah.
that you just heard you heard everything that I was gonna say, but that I agree with that everything you just said, Jonathan, and that's the reason why he's with her because he wants the money. He wants to be she wants to be on the show. She wants to be on this, and I don't know. This has been season 8, and they've been on since season 1,
They've
I
been
think it
arguing
is.
since the first time they was on the show together. They've been arguing.
They've been
I will say
arguing.
this. I will say this in defense of the single mothers that have their children not live with them or they have them full custody with somebody else. Sometimes it's a choice. Sometimes
Okay.
that mother makes a choice to say,
Mhm.
okay, it's best for you to go live full time with your father, and the mother will have visitations. So it's not always the part of the state takes them away.
Right.
Sometimes it is a choice. I remember myself, even personally, going through a situation where my son was living with me, and I had full custody of my son when he was young, and his dad had visitation, and my son wanted to go and live with his dad because he felt like, hey mom, you've got Clovis and my dad's there alone by himself, and I feel bad for my dad. And
Hmm.
so he asked if he can go live with his dad because he didn't want his dad to be alone. And he was little. My son, he was amazing. He's still
That's so
amazing.
sweet.
And so, myself and Clovis and my son's dad, we all made a decision what's in the best interest for him, for my son. And so we agreed, without the court intervention and all that stuff, to go ahead and let him stay with his dad, even though I still on record had legal full custody. But that was a joint thing we did. So he was living with his dad. So, and I said all that to say that because I don't know everything that happened. I know Liz mentioned it vaguely on some of the other shows that her and Big Ed was on, as far as why she didn't have custody. But I think it was more of a choice or something. But great conversation anyway. Michelle said, right, Virginia, she never showed her daughter. And I'm surprised she's doing it now, because for her to do it now, she had to get the consent from the child's father.
Mm-hmm.
I would think legally, because if he had legal full custody of her, she would have to have the consent to have the child to be on camera now. So I'm concerned about that. Michelle said, right, that speaks volumes. Agreed, Jonathan. Yep, she said when you were talking about Liz
Mm-hmm.
as well. And Lady Virgo says, I was teasing Regina. Oh, thank you.
Can we talk about Rob and Sophie really quickly
Yeah.
before
Yes,
we end
go ahead,
here?
Jonathan.
So
Go
Oh,
ahead.
those two.
Sophie and Rob are so toxic. And
Yes, they
Sophie has
are.
to take some accountability for this as well, because of the simple fact that she's staying with this man, which makes it seem as though Rob will always have somewhere to go back to. Rob will always have a place to call home with Sophie, because of all the things that Rob has done with her. He has cheated on her multiple times online. And now she's feeling as though he might have an addiction to pornography or something of that nature. And she likened that to her mother's addiction. When she was when she was a little bit younger, her mother had an addiction to something or another. She didn't specify what it was, but I thought that was a really interesting conversation that her and her mother were having. And I love the fact that Sophie's mother will not give up on trying to convince Sophie that Rob is no good for her. Like, she doesn't
Is
try
Rob
to
and
make.
Sophie on? Are they on the 90 Day as well too?
Rob and Sophie are on this season. Yes, they are.
Yes.
Okay.
They met up on the first episode of this new season of Happily Ever After.
Okay.
I didn't actually see what happened, but I saw that she ended up walking away from the
I
conversation.
seen what happened.
What happened during the conversation, Dustin?
Well, they kind of got into it. They were sitting, they were having some drinks, and they were having a drink. What part that I seen, they were having a drink at the table, yeah. And she got mad and she walked out the door because he said, "Well, you haven't changed a bit from 2 months ago." And he said, "Well, that's rude for you to say that." And she got mad, walked out the door. So
Oh boy.
I don't think she's gonna get back together with him.
Wow.
Mm.
And then in the preview for the next episode, he gave her a sheet of paper with rules on him and for rules from him. And I think I think there was only one rule. It was like, let's not focus on the past, let's move forward. Rob, you must first take accountability for what you've
For what
done
you
in the
did.
past, make it seem as though you're making a little bit of an effort to change, because Rob
Mhm.
has made no effort to change whatsoever from the time that we've seen him on this show.
Yeah, he
So
hasn't made a change. He hasn't made a change since episode 1, uh, and he ain't gonna make a change at all. He's gonna end up in a divorce. I'm just gonna put that out there now. I wouldn't be a bit surprised if I have a special announcement live if he ended up in a divorce, and I hope he does, because he don't treat her like she should be, and nobody should be putting up with any of that.
And I was looking at
Mm.
Sophie in this most recent episode, and she was walking into this. I think she was walking into a bookstore to meet up with her mother,
Yeah, it
and
was a bookstore. Yeah.
yeah, and the camera just caught her from the back, and she's a bombshell. Like this girl looks good, and Rob does
Mm-hmm.
really does not appreciate what he has in a
No.
woman, in a wife. He does not appreciate. He treats her like
Mm-hmm.
trash,
Yeah.
and it's really upsetting to see Sophie keep running back to this man when she can do so much better.
Well,
It is so upsetting to me for her to be running back around, and she deserves so much better. She really does, and I don't want to see her back with him again.
Well,
Um,
let me share this with you
go
guys. I
ahead.
just found this off of Screen Rant. Screen Rant has published this 22 hours ago. That says 90 Day Fiance, what Sophie Sierra has revealed about her painful childhood. It also
Mm.
says on here a lot of Sophie Sierra's bad decisions regarding Rob Wayne on 90 Day Fiance can be linked to her heartbreaking past. Sophie's backstory is harrowing. It
Mm,
says this in the footnotes. It says Sophie's troubled relationship with her mom stems from a childhood overshadowed by her mom's substance abuse issues.
mhm,
Mm-hmm.
It also says, despite Rob's repeated cheating, Sophie struggles to leave the relationship due to her desire to create the stable family she never had. It
right.
also says Sophie's mom, Claire, wary of Rob's behavior, believes he is not good enough for her daughter and doubts he will ever change. So they're saying a lot of this have to do with her mom.
With her mom's past. Yeah.
And it makes
Mm,
sense. It makes perfect sense that she wants the
yeah.
perfect family and she doesn't want to give up on it. I get that. But when you're not happy, girl, and things are not changing at all, you
Mhm.
got to wake up from your fairy tale, girl.
Yeah. And maybe that's another reason why her mom is fighting so hard for Sophie to find a good relationship, because then you have to think, what was the mom situation? Because if she had that substance abuse, was she trying to depress something, or like suppress something? What was going on? Why was she into the drugs, and did it have something to do with the relationship she was in? And usually when mothers, when they fight so hard for their daughters to have a perfect relationship, it's because they themselves did not have a good relationship, and they
Right.
had a volatile relationship. Thank you, Holy Spirit. And so what they do is they fight hard for their children to not have the same toxic type of relationship that they had. But here's how sometimes the world revolves. Usually, and a lot of psychologists might tell you guys this. I'm not a psychiatrist or a psychologist, but usually the daughters will emulate the relationships that the mothers had, and the sons will emulate the relationship that the fathers were. So if you had a toxic relationship, you might end up with that. For instance, myself, I like to use myself as examples because I'm truth and open book. My mother had a toxic relationship with my biological father where he was physically abusive to her.
Mm,
And she fought hard for me not to have those kind of relationships. But my first marriage was exactly that.
wow.
Well, I was in a physical, abusive relationship with my first marriage. And
Mm,
so I can understand now Sophie's mom wanting to fight so hard for her to not have this toxic relationship, because she's probably seeing in Rob the same signs allegedly she probably saw in her man and in her own relationship. So it makes more sense now after
right.
seeing this from my Screen Rant.
Yeah, Iyanla would call that a pathology, and Iyanla would say that Sophie's mother is trying to disrupt the pattern. That's what Iyanla says all the time. She's here
Mm,
to disrupt the pattern, to interrupt the pattern.
yeah.
And I'm glad that Sophie's mom is supporting Sophie.
Yeah.
I love the
Mhm.
fact that she supports her. She's pushing her to leave Rob because it's the right thing to do. Everybody agrees with that.
Yeah.
But she's not forcing her to make that
Mm.
decision. And I'm so glad that
But
she
sometimes
understands that difference. She understands Sophie's a grown woman.
I love it. Thank you. And I'm gonna come down to let Aaron chime in. Thank you so much, Michelle. She said, sorry, Regina, you went through that. I tell people,
Yeah.
sometimes you go through things that will build your strength up. And that's why
Mhm.
when you're going through tough things, you have to learn how to fight. And it's not always a physical fight. A lot of times it's a mental thing.
Mhm.
Sorry,
Um, so
I'm
you,
gonna say that to Regina real quick.
Mhm.
So sorry you
Yeah.
went through that. I didn't. You don't deserve that.
No, I
Nobody
wouldn't
Thank
either.
you.
deserves.
And no,
Nobody.
and
No.
no
No.
person
No.
does.
Nobody deserves that, and including
Yeah.
you.
Right.
No. 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 Thank you.
And thank you for that. And and we just have to be able to see the signs. And so when I just saw this from Screen Rant and say the mother went through this substance abuse, it made me think, okay, here I understand now. My mother never went through a substance abuse, but she was super protective of her kids.
Mm-hmm.
Very protective of all of us. You could not touch her baby cubs. That mama bear would come out. And it's because she had dealt with the physical abuse and she did not want that physical abuse to transfer over to her kids, which it did, but not to the extent it could have gone because she was protective. If she was
Mm-hmm.
not as protective, it could have been even more extensive. But I get what Sophie's mom is doing. But at the same time, she have to also back off and not be so much of an integral part of their relationship because she could be so much so that she could ward off the right one. Like if Sophie finds the right man, the mother can be so protective and wanting to intervene in a relationship in a protective mode that she could actually scare off the one that could be the really good fit. And you have to be able to maneuver that. My husband Clovis can tell you he fit in good with my mom, but he had to prove to my mom that his whole goal was to protect her daughter, and
Regina,
that's how we won her over.
I have a
Mhm.
feeling that if Sophie was in a positive and healthy relationship, I believe Sophie's mother would champion that. I think Sophie's
He
mother would
would,
support that. I don't think she would
but
try to get
he would have to prove
right,
to her that she is in that type of relationship because my husband had to prove it. and
right.
and so you have to prove this to people who have been in these volatile relationships. I'm gonna come down to Erin for our some conversation because I haven't given her the floor. Go ahead, Erin, take the floor.
With Rob and Sophia, I thought that Rob has not changed too much at all, but he's not going to.
No, he's
I
not.
don't think so. Thank you, Lady Virgo. Mhm.
Sophia, I do look at a little bit differently, maybe because like Regina looks at stuff from her perspective. I was with somebody very young and I stayed way longer than I should have
Mm-hmm.
because you idealize stuff when you're young. And
Right.
she's
Mhm.
still in the idealized stuff because she hasn't had life experience
Mm-hmm.
yet to
Mhm.
know better. And I think her mother is trying to give her life experience to Sophia, and I appreciate that. I disagree with Jonathan. I don't know that her mother would back off if the right guy comes along.
Hmm.
I think that Sophia has been her whole world for so long. I'm not sure she's going to see who the right guy is for Sophia when it comes. She's
You
too
know
deep
what
in.
it would you know why it would be harder for her mother? She would eventually back up because once the right guy comes, he'll woo her over, like my husband wooed my mother. But it is going to be harder for Sophie's mom because I think she's an only child,
Yeah. And I
and
also
so
feel
she's
like
gonna fight harder. Mhm.
I still feel like Sophie's mother would still be too involved in her relationship. I don't think it would be so much of a negative thing, but more of an annoyance type of thing where, we're seeing your mama too much, Sophie. But I don't think it would be too much of a negative thing. I think it'd be more of an annoyance. But I do think that Sophie's mother would
Mhm.
still be too involved in her relationship, regardless of who she's with, because they just
Yeah.
have that type of relationship.
Yes. Lady Virgo was asking Aaron, which channel is your channel on YouTube, Aaron D54?
I'm actually about to start a channel.
Yeah.
So that's coming shortly, and Regina will announce it when it comes. It'll be called Smiling with Aaron D. Because
Yes.
and it
I
won't
need to
interfere
put
with the
that
juice.
in our
Juice is my
moderators.
home,
Yeah.
and yeah.
I love it. Yeah, she's got a channel coming. Her and her sister are getting it together. It's going to be amazing. She
Yes, it
gave us a
will.
preview of what they're going to be doing. Listen, these two ladies are going to come on social media and just change the whole social media algorithm to the positive. And I'm so excited about what Aaron has coming up. And I will go in here tomorrow, Aaron, to change that for you on the moderator so they can all see that. I love it. And so when Aaron comes on, Wednesday we're not here, you guys. Also Wednesday, Pastor Lorenzo and Bishop Kimbrough have some events that they're doing. So Bible study will be postponed until next week. I'm not going to run a preview video. I'm just going to run an announcement that Bible study and Real Talk Live with Bishop Kimbrough will be postponed until next week. They both have event sets going on, taking up their space. But we will have church news on Thursday. We will have church news on Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Okay. So no need to apologize, Lady Virgo. She says, oh, okay, my apologies because I subscribe to others, but I got a little confused. Not a problem.
Oh,
We gonna
no.
yeah.
Thank you, Lady
We're gonna bring
Virgo,
Aaron on
for
here.
being interested.
Yes, it's going to be so amazing. I'm so excited about what they're doing. You guys, this has been our conversation on our 90-day fiance chat. I've got to run. I've got a client in town, or normally I would have Dustin go a little bit longer. I've got to be at a meeting at 8:45 and 2 counties over. So I got to get on this road and meet this client. But Dustin, thank you so very much for this conversation. Appreciate you all.
Thank
so
you for
very
giving
much.
me a platform. So thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Listen, we love it. We love it. Thank you so much, Jonathan. Listen, y'all subscribe to JoJo Speaks. He's amazing. His channel is amazing. His spirit personality is addictive. Y'all want to share this addiction with others. That's amazing.
Thank you, Regina. Those are such sweet words. Thank you.
And is
Thank
Light
you.
of the is Light of the Leo going live tonight, Jonathan?
Absolutely. 9 p.m. Light of the Leo live.
Okay.
Join us for
That would be
our what is it called? I can't remember what it's called. Dang, I can't remember what it's called.
She's having her discussion tonight. Aaron just put in a chat. Let's Light of the Leo. Her link is in the description, you guys. So make sure y'all go over to her page at 9 p.m. She's part of the panel here as well. The Light of the Leo. You can type in the Light of the Leo. I think she said well, the link is here. Aaron makes it easier for us because there are a lot of the Leo on YouTube.
I'll
But
put it
Aaron
in
has
the
put in
link
the chat.
after the video is done too.
That's right. It's going to be great. Thank you. And Michelle Jim said, "Let's go, Aaron."
Yes.
Thank you so much. And Erin has put it on there, and she's also going to be putting it in the chat as well. Jonathan's channel is there as well. You guys also, and you guys, we're doing something new on this channel. Also, we are running shorts and on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. We are running a whole bunch of shorts on here, so y'all can go and check out those as well. Adding to this algorithm, we got a lot that's going on. Lady Virgo says, I want to talk fashion with Jonathan. Listen, he needs to do that. He needs to add that to his platform. That would be so good. That would be so good. All right.
Shit, everyone
Thank
keeps
y'all.
saying that, I know so much about fashion. I feel like I don't, but I guess I do. Maybe I do. It's just I don't
We
know.
love
for you to
hearing it.
cover like oh my god, I'm getting so nervous. On Paramount Plus, the runway, the drag queens. Oh, why can't I think of the name?
RuPaul's Drag Race?
Yes, I love that show. You should cover that.
I probably
Jonathan.
should. Because I'm very, very much addicted to RuPaul's Drag Race. I watch all of it. I have Wow Presents Plus. I watch all of the RuPaul's Drag Race. So I probably should speak on that, especially because this season has been pretty good for the most part. So yeah.
Oh, I love that show.
Gonna have to have it next night, JoJo.
Yeah, listen, he booked and busy, y'all. He is booked and busy already. Y'all are just adding more to his portfolio and his time. He
It's
would be
okay.
really,
I'm good
really
with it.
great with all of that. Thank you, Michelle. She said, y'all have a good night. Lady Virgo say, I'll help you read the girls, Jonathan.
All right, Lady Virgo. I'm here for it, girl.
Listen, we will make sure that Jonathan gets that together. Listen, he's an amazing guy, and his channel is amazing as well. You all are amazing. Dustin, amazing. Aaron, smiling Aaron,
Absolutely.
amazing as well. You guys are so great. Thank you all so very much. You who are in the chats are amazing, and you, all of you viewers, are super amazing as well. We thank y'all for being here. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for supporting Dustin and the whole team here, and all of you who are watching this on the replay. We thank you also as well. I'm going to ask Jonathan to give us our closing thoughts for tonight before we log out. What's the closing thoughts for tonight, Jonathan?
Wow. Love is the message. When you're in a relationship, love is the most important thing. And if you don't have love, if you don't see the love in your partner's eyes when they see you at the airport after you haven't seen them for a couple of months, and they don't have any excitement for you, it's time to rethink that relationship. Because if I ain't seen my man in a couple of months, honey, you know how fast I'm running into his arms. You know how quickly I will be kissing up on that man, touching up on him, rubbing up on him, child. So if you don't get that type of energy, honey, it's time to move on to the next.
Dustin, appreciate you. Did you have any closing thoughts, Dustin?
No, thank you. I just wanted to end the channel with prayer, and I would appreciate it if Jonathan would lead that, please. Thank you.
I love it. Aaron, any closing thoughts before we go into prayer? She's great. Great. Jonathan, let's go ahead and pray. Thank you so much, Dustin.
Father, we want to thank you so much for this time that we have together to fellowship and kiki about the 90-Day Fiance and all of the many programs that we have here on the Juice Radio and Talk Show. Thank you so much for Aaron, for Dustin, for Regina, for all the viewers that are watching us. Thank you, Father, for bringing us all together to share the love that you share with us, Lord. In Jesus' name, we pray that you continue to give us these opportunities to come together over and over and over again. Father, thank you so much for loving us so that we can share your love with others. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Amen.
Thank you,
all right.
Jonathan.
Thank y'all for being
No
here.
problem, Dustin.
We will see y'all later. Listen. Michelle say, I know that's right, Jonathan. I know that's right. All right, you guys. We love y'all for watching. We will see y'all on the very next one, you guys. Y'all have a great evening. Good night, everyone.
Yeah.
Bye,
all right.
y'all.
See you next week.